I think, I felt as if our performances have been really good, and I think when you have that, I don't think you want any kind of momentum stoppage. And I think it's, coaches will go the other way and say, yeah, it's nice to have a break, but for me, I'd rather just play. I think for our guys, I think there's definitely an enthusiasm there just to get going and get playing. But it is what it is. I mean, again, you make use of that time, and you work on some aspects, and you make sure you're ready for Saturday's game. Yeah, I think definitely for us, and equally for them. I know that especially at home they want to try and start well. I think there'd be good tempo, try and get the crowd up. So again, we need to be mindful of all that. But we need to make sure that we go and give a good performance. I think we're always reflecting. I think every Monday we try to analyse each individual game, and I think there's been aspects that throughout those sort of 6 weeks we've touched on and we've worked on, and I think we're continually analysing and always looking to be the best we can be every day. So I think it's always an ongoing process for us. Well, I mean, yeah, we've worked on lots of things. I mean, I think finishing, timing, defensive unit shape. I mean, I think when you get that length of time, it's important that you don't just hone and use one topic and kill everyone with one topic. I think there's a number of things that we want to get better at. I mean, we're good in lots of areas, and we still want to be even better in those areas, and so show improvement in more areas. I think the most pleasing thing for me is we've got a group of guys that are really hungry and desperate to learn, and when you have a group like that, then there's responsibility to teach and to make sure then that you're providing the information that they need. I mean, I think for us, if you look at how George played against them, I thought he did a great job in that particular game. Both wide players, I mean, did a really good job for us defensively. But I think it's very difficult to pick out one individual. I think when you play against a team that have the calibre and so many good players like Tampa, I think you need your whole team to perform. I don't think we're going to be able to go into Saturday's game and say, okay, there's 3 or 4 lads there that can afford to have an off day. We need to be on point and really be on song on Saturday, because they've got some really experienced players and some really good footballers. So it'll be a tough challenge for us. Well, we'll have to see. I mean, the guy has had a niggle. Devon's been dealing with a niggle, so we're trying to manage both of those things. Yeah, I think obviously Joe Cole's a world-class player. Played in the Champions League, played in World Cups. So I mean, it's you've got Schaefer in there, similar, played for Wolfsburg, record holder, played in the World Cup, German international. So I mean, again, the calibre of player that Tampa have is different to what any other team has in the league. So you need to be very diligent in your approach, and then you need everyone to be on song and play. Yeah, I suppose I'll tell you after Saturday. I don't know. I mean, we'll find out. I mean, I think from our standpoint, and look, I know Stuart, he's a very diligent coach, so whether we played him Saturday or played him in 6 months' time, he's going to know what we try to do, and we're the same. We have a fair idea what they like to do, and unless they change formation and do something that we're not expecting, then I think for the way he is and the way I am, I think we have a fair idea what each other will do. But the human factor always comes into play. I mean, when you're dealing with human beings, it's on the day. You never quite know who's going to perform and who's going to do what. So you have to deal with the 90 minutes that get served up. Yeah, no, I mean, we're very hopeful that Greg will be back and ready. I think he's now getting to a stage where he's back in full training. So that's the biggest thing with that. With Niall, we just need to monitor a couple of things, but I'm very hopeful he'll be fine. But now, as regards Greg, I think he should be back and raring to go. I think he's had at this point a good few days training, so we just need to manage that and make sure that we don't rush it too soon. But he's getting a lot closer now, where we'll be certainly up for consideration. This weekend might be too soon, but certainly after that, I think he may be available. Tim has been fantastic. I mean, Tim is stepped in and done great, as we knew he would. We've got tremendous belief in Tim, and he's been for me, he's performed very, very well and made some really big saves at important time for us. Even in the Toronto game, he made some really key saves for us. So it's great to have Greg back, and then it's competition for places. It's like we've always said to our guys, it's you get an opportunity, then it's down to you to take it. And it's the same for every player in our squad. There's no guaranteed spot where somebody comes in and is going to play every week. All our guys earn their place through training, and they'll be the first to tell you that. And it's a very healthy environment that we have here. It's probably a little bit unusual for some players that you get a coaching staff that are so honest and so upfront about things, and we're very, very open about topics like that. You come in, you work really hard, you get a spot, and telling you to keep it. Very impressed. I think that's something that we knew he had. Again, his feet, he's got a strong drive, and he's very technical for a goalkeeper. He spent a lot of time in the off-season working on his size, and as did Greg. I think there's been a lot of improvement in Greg with his distribution as well. So, and then we've got young Micah underneath him, who obviously is in a a building phase where we're trying to expedite his development as well. And Tabani Suti does a great job with the keepers. He spends a lot of time going through their game and breaking it down and helping them. I mean, he's had obviously himself had a great playing career, so his experiences that he's able to share are great for the keepers. Yeah, obviously from a community standpoint, I was disappointed for Derby. I think it would have been great if we'd have been able to have a local game and really sort of have that for the community. But it's not to be. It's a shame. I mean, and fairness to Tartan Devils, they caused some problems and they had a lot of chances in the game as well. So it'll be a tough game for us. It just means now that we'll obviously go to Pittsburgh midweek and then we play Pittsburgh the week after, which again we'll just have to deal with.